Hi there, it's Grace again. Welcome to my walkthrough of the contents of the latest pack that'll be in the Truly Vintage shop. I think I'll call this one the Mega Vintage pack because there's over 100 pages that you'll receive, plus some other bits and pieces. So I thought we'd just do a quick video of what's included in the pack. Now each pack is basically the same but a little bit different, and let me start and take you through it. So, first couple of pages, I'll start off with these little ones on top, and these are some from the Practical Engineer little pocket book. Now, unfortunately, not all of the books have got dates on them, but believe me, they are quite old. This one comes with this little bookmark that's attached to it, and it actually goes through the history of this company, and the last one is 1948. So that'll give you an idea of when this was made. I'd say it would have been in the early 50s. So it's a couple of pages from that one. Now I'm going to try stacking the books up over here on my right. If we see an avalanche of books, don't panic. The next couple of pages come from one of these little bit age, upside down books that I've got a collection of. There's another one that some have. Everybody's Pocket Encyclopedia. As you can see, lovely aged pages. So there's a couple from that book as well. Now I'm including a couple of receipts from an old sales book and Northern Star Shipping Company receipts as well included. Sorry, just reorganizing, and they come out of that one there. Okay, the next book that we have is a couple of pages from this lovely old edition of Treasure Island. Okay, and this one is a 1955 edition. There's a really lovely cover there for future journals. Oops. Next, let's see, we have a couple of pages from a Austrian stamp book, vintage stamp book. So some lovely images on there as well. Pop that over here. These pages that I've got here, now you get more than, I think there's about 3, probably put some more in. They are very, very delicate. They're great to use for collage, and they are actually from, check out this one, how old this one is. Now I've marked the page in here. It's actually, thanks to Google Translations, told me it's a Russian to English book, and this one's published in 1922. So some beautiful pages in there that you will be receiving. Now I've gone through this Collins Graphic English Dictionary. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually have a date on it. And selected some pages from here, which include a colour plate, and open those up, some double pages in there, include those. My pile's starting to wibble wobble. Okay, I've popped in a couple of Golden Book pages. This one here is Toodle, one of my son's favourites, and Saggy Baggy. As I said, different packs will have different pages, but there will be some Golden Book pages in your pack. Okay, next one I have, this book is this lovely handwriting at the front, Dynamics book. Had some mathematical equations Unfortunately, no date in that one. Okay. And I find these ones are sort of handy when you want to do some cards or junk journaling that aren't too girly. So include some pages from there. Next one is, thanks to Google Translate once again, it's The Childhood of the Grimm Brothers. So some lovely images in that book, and always love putting in just a couple of international book pages in there. Okay, now this one here, this book is called The International University Society Course, and I was curious, you get about 6 pages of that one. I was curious to find a publication date. There wasn't anything on here on the actual publication date, so I googled it, and would you believe I found copies of this book, this one, Sex Matter Section 8, for $99. It's like, good one, Grace, and here you are pulling pages out of it. Not saying that anybody's going to spend $99 on it, but somebody's actually asking it. So, as you will see, it goes through various years of authors, and it finishes at 1924. So I'm sort of imagining this one's probably 1950s. So that's another one that we have. I'm going to start putting them over here, or else I'm going to have an avalanche of books. Okay, the next book that I have included, is Pear's Encyclopedia 1953 to 54. It's the 62nd edition. So some lovely dictionary pages in there, which you will be receiving. I usually do about 6 pages of like that, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there. Next we have Nelson's Encyclopedia. Lovely old book. And this one is 1952 edition. Images in there. So a couple of pages from that one as well. Okay, moving on, we've got this Good Housekeeping Picture Cake Making, which really takes me back to some of the things my mother used to make. Okay, once again, I'm a little bit unsure of the date, but if we look at some of the advertisements, I'd say we're looking at 50s, maybe early 60s. Some of these ads that are in the back of the book. So I've included some coloured plates from those as well. Oh, what do we have here? I can't seem to put together an ephemera pack without putting in some of the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Olden. An absolutely beautiful book. They're quite hard to come by. So you don't need to find the book, because you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 pages on that one. Some beautiful illustration. Even the text is gorgeous on that. And they're so thick. Great for making pockets. Alright. Whoops. Couple of pages from a magazine dated 1943. It's a farming magazine, which I don't actually have one with the cover here to show you, but it's called The Producer's Review, and it's a couple of pages from that one as well. Next we have pages from the Concise Household Encyclopedia for Handyman and Housewife. This was a 52 weekly parts, which then came together to form an encyclopedia. And the publication date on this one, not too sure if you can see it, it's pretty tiny, is 1931. So just give you an idea of some of the pages that are in that one. Okay, so we have some pages from there. Coming to the end. Okay, another mathematics source book. Okay, theory of linear equations. So once again, lovely big pages. This one, there was a date, bear with me, 1968. And some lovely pages in there. If you're interested in obtaining more of these mathematical engineering pages, let me know. Have a look in my shop. There is actually a pack which is geared towards those sorts of books. Okay, so that's over on Facebook on my Truly Ephemera, sorry, Truly Vintage, goodness me, I need coffee, my Truly Vintage page on Facebook. Now this one here is the pictorial history of talkies, and it's quite easy to pick the date on this one. It was obviously given to somebody as a gift, 1962, and it has some beautiful illustrations as well. As you can see, this book is quite large, so the pages definitely don't fit into an A4 envelope. So when I send these, I don't like folding them up. I've received vintage pages from other sellers who actually fold them to fit them into the envelopes, and crease marks across it. I don't like doing that, so I actually pop them into bigger envelopes. It costs a little bit more in the postage, but I personally think it's worth it. So that is the collection of books so far, and I say so far because I tend to keep finding things to add. So just a few other little bits and pieces that you'll get in these packs. Now this Plant Kingdom compendium has some beautiful etchings in it, and I have just found just discovered the hobby, the pastime of fussy cutting. So I have been fussy cutting heaps of little pages, illustrations, so there'll be a selection of those included in the packs as well. Pop that to the side. Now, just, sorry, reaching across in front of you, just some other bits and bobs which will be included in these packs. Some vintage lace, some beautiful lace there, and some upholstery fabric, which are great for making journal covers. Some pattern paper, which is wonderful to use for collage, beautiful for stamping on. Sorry, put that up. Some beautiful pattern paper. Okay, you receive a couple of these little cards from an old donkey game. Bingo card, which is actually an original bingo card from an old game set that I've got. Box of Snap, the children's Snap games, so there'll be a couple of those in as well. Some old cigarette cards, and some vintage, and some postcards, vintage postcards. Okay, so that is but the contents of the mega vintage ephemera pack, which will go on sale in my shop later today. Cost will be $17. Now that includes postage to anywhere in Australia. I took a pack to the post office yesterday, got them to weigh it, and it's around $9. Like I said, I'd like to have a bigger envelope, so it is a little bit dearer, but I think it's worth it to get these books, or pages, sorry, in pristine condition. Thank you for spending the time with me this morning. If you're interested in any of my packs, head over to Truly Vintage Ephemera on Facebook and you'll see I have packs that focus on, pardon me, as I said earlier, mathematics. I have music sheet ones, nature. So there's a whole collection. And don't forget, if you want to request a specific pack, you may have seen one of the books that I've shown you. You think, yes, I'd love to get more pages than that, definitely drop me a message because I'm more than happy to create a special pack just for you. Okay, till next time. Bye.